Guys, I totally ate before vlogging. I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna mint right now just to be more wild. These mints, they kill like bacteria, like food bacteria in your mouth. And I have no idea what works, but they're sugar-free. That's what I do after I eat. So I went to Target. It was kind of crazy. They had Valentine's Day stuff out. Only some. Because home decor in the dollar spot is always the places I get it. Why can I not talk? I'm getting all my grammar wrong. Those are the places that it first shows up. So I got a pillow because the pillows sell out so fast. I was like, I am getting it. Sorry. I have stuff on me. Another thing, why I should not eat before I film, especially something messy like pizza. I got that stuff all over me. But I did start a new book today and read the introduction and the first chapter. I read 27 pages. Scary cover, I know. The Long Prison Journey of Leslie Van Houten, Life Beyond the Cult by Carleen Faith. This is the book that inspired the movie Charlie Says, which I didn't know it was from the director and writers of American Psycho. Did not know that. But it's such a great thriller movie. Or like psychological thriller, I would say. Went into the lives of the girls these girls did the La Bianca murders, which were part of the Manson murders, but not. I feel like people in my generation only really know about or talk about the Tate murders. But these were business people, I guess would be what to call them. Like the guy owned a grocery store chain or managed one, and then his wife owned a boutique in Los Angeles. But I'll read you the short little description here. A crime... my gum almost fell out. So a criminology professor goes behind bars to chronicle the extraordinary story of Leslie Van Houten, one of the infamous Manson girls, describing her early life, her involvement with Charles Manson and his group's 1969 murder rampage, her life in prison, and her struggle to rediscover her own identity. So I watched the movie and I picked up the book, and she is now out of prison, which I think is right. Just if you go into it, I really recommend this movie. These girls were teenage girls, brainwashed. I mean, obviously what they did was a terrible thing, and Leslie anyway, she knows that it was a terrible thing that she did, and it's just really interesting for a psychological thing. Sorry, when I put my hand down, it makes the my bedside table shake. But yeah, I got this book used, and it was actually printed in South Carolina, which is pretty cool. And then I am reading Love Light Farm. I'm still reading this. I've read about 25 pages, a little more than 25 pages today, and ooh, I really need to plug my phone in because I am doing the audiobook, so my phone has to be charged. I'm gonna be getting into that in about 5 minutes here. And yeah, there's my update. I just got done reading the romance book. What is it? Love Light Farms for the day. So I was listening to the audiobook. So I need to see what page I'm on. 153. So I am somewhere around the halfway point. We have to do math and all of that fun stuff. Not really fun. I hate it. No, I actually do. I like this kind of math. Okay. So it's 79 pages in there, which to me is really good. It's more than yesterday. And that's kind of like, that's not really my goal, but there's something in me. I always feel good if I read more than I had read the day before, and I've done that every day this week, so that is great. Let's put that into Goodreads. It was 153 was the page that I am on. I'm cold. I don't have my blanket around me. Okay, so 153, load. This app is so slow, but okay. 153. Yes, I'm exactly at the halfway point now. halfway point. That's what it looks like. I should finish this book on Friday, and I'm not starting any books after Thursday, which y'all are watching this on Thursday, so after today I'm not starting any new books for the remainder of the year and just focus on the ones that I am currently reading. But we got a ton of world building today, which is really random for that to be this far into the novel. I wasn't exactly sure in the first quarter of the book where it took place. Just they talked about being like a tourist spot. The town tried to become a tourist spot for people going to DC and Baltimore. So I'm like, we're not going to be right in the middle between DC and Baltimore. I mean, there's only 30 miles between the two, but I was like, that's not that. We're not going to be in the middle. So we're going to be somewhere else. And I was assuming Maryland, and I was right because the author is from or lives in Baltimore. Yeah, lives in Baltimore, which love Baltimore. And so I was like, okay, we must be like in the western part of Maryland, like Frederick, that area, because that seems like the place. I'm sorry, I touched the silk, and I don't like touching silk. I only sleep with silk pillowcases for my hair. Like, it literally makes my skin crawl. Random. But okay, so I'm actually gonna get my blanket because I'm cold too. Okay, so I was like, we're probably in Frederick, like, or not in Frederick, but you know, in the western part of the state. But we are on the eastern shore. And so it's like we're on the eastern shore. We are the city that we talk about with Lucas, New York, and there were some other, we're 30 minutes or 30 miles from the Delaware border, and we got Old Bay mentioned because it's not Maryland without Old Bay, especially on Thanksgiving and Christmas. So it's like, okay, just Maryland are just really mid-Atlantic overload at the moment. I don't know why they randomly threw this all in 2 chapters back to back. But yeah, the Eastern Shore, is that normal for Christmas tree farms to be there? I've been, I think, to the Eastern Shore of Virginia, but I'm thinking of Maryland. Is Maryland cut into? I don't think so, because I've been on I-95 going from Maryland to Delaware, so I don't know if that is technically the like very tip top of the Eastern Shore. Not sure, but in my head I picture it being very coastal, basically the same as Maryland on the other side of the bay, which I went to in a vlog in 2021. I think I vlogged it. I don't know. It's the worst time of my life. Literally, I'm not even exaggerating. But that part that's down southern Maryland, really, really far south. I think it is the southernmost part of Maryland. That part, there's a town called California. Yeah, Dunkirk, that part of Maryland. So I'm picturing it looking just like that. And to me, it's just really coastal vibes. And Christmas trees, I don't imagine being grown in that environment. I know the tree farm or it's a tree lot, but where I get my reef at, they bring those trees from the mountains of North Carolina. So I've always thought you make Christmas trees in mountains or in, like, you know, just that kind of climate, because like humidity and all of that, I would think, because obviously the coast is going to be more humid than the mountains. But I am thinking, when I was in San Francisco last, I went to get to the PCH from the San Francisco airport I drove through, I don't even know what town to say, because it's really just, it was the middle of nowhere, going to Half Moon Bay. There's a Christmas tree farm, but that's California climate is so different than East Coast climate because there's not a lot of humidity. So I'm just curious, where, like, do they have Christmas tree farms? Not Christmas tree lots, Christmas tree farms on the Eastern Shore of Maryland. I'm going to talk to my dad in a minute, who grew up in the Mid-Atlantic, to see what he thinks. And he did grow up in a coastal area, so we will see if he thinks that's an okay place to have a Christmas tree farm. And yeah, another thing is, a lot of romance books take place in Maryland. Well Met, which was like the Renaissance Fair one, I know took place in Maryland, and I feel like I read another one, but it's because authors are from there. But it's interesting. Like, why are there so many in Maryland? Is it a romantic place? I can see it being romantic. I can see Annapolis and like the Inner Harbor and Baltimore. And I have been to Western Maryland, but it's been so long, like 15 years. But that is somewhere where I would like to visit. And I did think about instead going there than when I went to Southern Maryland, but that didn't happen. But I'm going to go have dinner. I'm gonna have literally leftover mac and cheese and leftover cornbread. Guys, this character work is not it. How y'all know, I am a character driven person. I'm not a plot driven person. Character work has to be good for me to enjoy a book. That's not always the case, but for the most part it is. This is not good character work at all. Not at all. I can't wait to review it in tomorrow's vlog. It's just not there. And that makes me really scared because I own another book by this author, but since that one is based on like real historical events, I have more hope in it because this was fictional characters, fictional events, all of that. Just the setting is real, that it is during the Second World War and then the 1960s. But overall, like a fictional missing person case and all of that. But I hate Hazel. I hate her. She thinks everybody is out to get her. And then I hated the way she treated this other person who's gone through a lot of traumatic events. I hated it. The thing, an example today of how she thinks everybody is out to get her. So we know she accidentally stole this book from her place of work. And obviously, and then she lied about it, so there's a police case, but the her boss chooses not to press charges because he understands why she took it and all of that. But that was her last day at that job. She has a new job at this very posh book place. Like it's another bookstore, I guess. I don't know. They haven't really explained it. Maybe British people are more familiar with it than I am. So that job obviously hears about the police report on her and all of that because they have to do a background check. And they call her and they're like, can you explain to us what this is about? And she tells them the truth. And they're like, we will get back to you to let you know if you get the job or not. So they do call her back and talk to her. And she's like, well, I don't want the job. Why are you judging me? Like, why does this man have to judge me? And I'm like, because you're gonna go work for his company and he wants to have a trustworthy person working at his company that is a well-to-do business in London. She's like, why, like, what place does he have to judge me? And I'm like, he's your future employer. Yeah, and just a lot in this. She thinks that she needs to be treated better, and I'm like, but it's realistic. Like, if you're getting a job somewhere, they're gonna do a background check on you, especially if it's such a well-to-do place as this place that she was going to work. And just do not like Hazel. Do not. I'm giving the characters a 1 star for that book. Okay, that is all for the day. I will be reading Outlander later, and I'm just gonna watch TV tonight. No movies or anything. Movies are for the weekend. Excuse me. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way through, leave a heart emoji in the comments below. And as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!